Alright guys, compliment of the season, and of course welcome back to my YouTube channel. I did lost access to my other channel, so this is me starting from the scratch again. And one of the resolutions that I'm making at the end of year 2021 as I look forward to 2022 is that I want to get back to recording YouTube videos again. And I'm making this the first of a series of videos that I'll be releasing in year 2022. Don't forget, this is the Business Edge. My name still remains Ajayi or Lalikon. If you're starting a business or you have a business already, you're looking to grow, or you are a career person, you're looking to have a grasp of how you can actually go about personal development so that you can improve your career and improve your person, this is the place to be. In this video, I'm going to be sharing with you my recommendation of 5 books that I start my year with. Usually, it's what I do every year just to get my mind in the right frame and in the right shape as I look to go out for the goals that I set for myself every year. Stay with me. When I'm back, I'll give you my list of 5 books that you should read in year 2022. I can guarantee you they will revolutionize your mind and get you set to achieve great things in year 2022. I'll be right back. Alright guys, welcome back. I'm going to start with this quote by William Godwin. It says, "He that loves reading has everything within his reach." Think of any subject, family, relationships, personal finance, and you will get a ton of books that people have taken their time to document their experiences and the wisdom they have learned from all of the unique experiences, so that in any generation, whosoever care to find those books can read them, glean from their wisdom, and apply some of this wisdom in their own personal lives. Possibly get the kind of result they get, and if not exactly the kind of result they get, you could get some measure of results just by reading their books. As we head into year 2022, one of the things you're going to do for yourself is to cultivate the habit of reading. Even if you can't read as much as some people do, for example, I read at least 100 books every year, but at least you could start with just reading a book in 1 month, and you could probably read a book in 2 months. Not too bad. So I'm going to give you 5 books that I recommend that you should read in year 2022. These books are game changers. As a matter of fact, I make sure I read some of this book at the beginning of every year just to get my mind in the right space for the goals that I want to achieve every year. So let's dive right into my recommendation of the books that you should get and read as you start year 2022. Book recommendation number 1, Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon. This book was written in 1937. That's about 84 years or thereabout. This book is a classic. You're going to know it's a classic by how many authors and how many accomplished person make reference to this book as one of the books that helped frame their mindset while they started out on their journey to success. I make it a point of duty to read this book at the beginning of every year because it's something it does to your mind. Now, I've read a couple books on, the law of attraction, how to get what you want, how to create wealth, how to accumulate wealth. I can tell you for a fact, this book by Napoleon Hill is evergreen. It's a book that you need to read over and over again until you get a grasp of the wisdom that this man shares in that ageless and timeless book. So, Think and Grow Rich, my book recommendation number 1. Book recommendation number 2, The Psychology of Money by Morgan Housel. This book was released in the year 2020, some weeks before the coronavirus pandemic became a thing all over the world. I tell you for a fact, I've read several books on personal finance, Rich Dad and Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki, The Richest Man in Babylon by George S. Clason. I've read Millionaire Fastlane by MJ DeMarco. I tell you for a fact, The Psychology of Money by Morgan Housel is one good book on personal finance. And of course, no doubt, some months after the book was released, it shot itself to one of the international bestsellers that was released in year 2020. I love the way Morgan Housel made the themes in the book very practical. One of the beautiful things about this book by Morgan Housel, The Psychology of Money, is that Morgan Housel shares tips on how to not just make money, but of course how to keep money, how to grow money, and of course stay wealthy. If you're trying to understand personal finance, you're trying to grow wealth, you're trying to stay wealthy, this is one book that you should read in year 2022. Book recommendation number 3, Atomic Habits by James Clear. This book was published in year 2017. And if you're looking to change any of your habits, maybe you're trying to replace some bad habits with good habits, this is one book that you should read. There's a way James Clear went about writing this book and giving practical tips about how you can actually cultivate good habits and how you can change bad habits, with good ones. I for once think that much of the success that people achieve, in their lifetime can actually be traced to the habits that they have built over time. If you're looking to cultivate good habits in year 2022, in whatever area of your life, this is one book you want to get a hold of. Read, study, and implement the principles that James Clear shares in this lovely and amazing habits developing book. That's my recommendation number 3 for the book you should read in year 2022. Book recommendation number 4, another classic, How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie, written in the year 1936. Warren Buffett said one of the people that influenced him earlier in his life is actually Dale Carnegie. This book by Dale Carnegie will expose you into practical tips about how to communicate, how to lead people, how to be a person of influence, how to network. If you think very deeply, everything you have accomplished in life, you have had to, need people. And the truth of the matter is, we will always need people in our lives, which is why it is very essential to cultivate your relationship skills. That's how to communicate effectively, how to lead people, how to influence people, how to network offline and online. And one of the things this book is going to do to you is that it's going to give you practical tips. Whether you're a shy person, you don't know how to talk to people, you don't know how to start a conversation, this book by Dale Carnegie will bail you out. Dale Carnegie shares ageless tips in this book. I have read it over and over again, and of course, it's been one of the books that has helped me have a grasp on how to effectively communicate and relate with people. If you're looking to build healthy relationships in year 2022 so that you can advance in your career or in whatever it is you're doing, you need to read this book by Dale Carnegie, How to Win Friends and Influence People. That's my book recommendation number 4. And my final recommendation for this video is this book written by Bishop T.D. Jakes, Soar. It was written in the year 2017. In one of the interviews that I listened to, where Bishop T.D. Jakes was interviewed and was asked what was in his mind when he was writing the book. He says, I wrote the book for entrepreneurs, I wrote it for people that are starting ministry. Whatever it is you're starting from the scratch and you're looking to build it and build it to a point of success, Bishop T.D. Jakes has walked that path. You need to hear his story and some of the things that has helped him in his life build such a successful career as a preacher, as a filmmaker, as a business person. He shares most of those tips in this book, Soar. All of us need motivation at some point in our lives, but the beautiful part is Soar is not just a motivational or an inspirational book. It's a book that contains practical steps and tips on how to build whatever it is you're building from the scratch and to build it to a place where it is seen as a success, not just by you, but by every other person around us. So these are the 5 books that I'm recommending that you read in the year 2022. I guarantee you these books are going to affect your mind. They're going to do something to your mind that will eventually, affect the results that you're going to get. Now, these books are available in bookstores almost in any country. You can walk into a bookstore close by to you and ask for any of those books and you will get it. Or you can go on Amazon. If you go on Amazon, you're going to find all of those books on Amazon. You can actually make your purchase of the books on Amazon and get to read them. Another tip is you could go on YouTube and search for any of those books. If you actually prefer to probably just plug your AirPods and listen to somebody read the books into your ear, you could go on YouTube and find the audiobook of any of the books that I've recommended for you to read. I'm going to leave you with this quote by Vera Nazarian. She says, when you read a good book, somewhere in the world a door opens to allow in more light. Reading books is one way you can rub minds with the great people who have walked this planet and who have decided to share some of their wisdom with us so that we can actually get better results. Till I see you in another video, this is me saying Happy New Year in advance and have a wonderful year 2022. Peace.